What's going on, everybody? Payne back here again with another Marvel Future Revolution video. And guys, today we're going to be talking about something that is extremely annoying, but pivotal part of the game, and that is crafting. A lot of players are new to the game and don't understand how crafting works. So what I want to do is break down how to craft, what to do, what to expect, and the downfalls and the uphill climb that is crafting. Guys, buckle in. This is going to be a rough one. Crafting, there really isn't a way to do tips and tricks, but there are some things I will explain to you and benefits where you want to look and what you want to aim for when you are crafting. Right now, I think this is probably one of the parts that need the major rework in the game, or at least an upgrade of some sort. So I hope the devs are looking at this, but I do want to cover this for you guys because this is one of the ways I got my regional set. I got really good RNG, so you're going to need a lot of that as well too. But if you don't know how to craft and how it works, let me walk you through it with this video. I hope it helps. Let's get to it. All right, ladies and gents, let's get into the first part of the video. So the first thing you want to do is level up somebody to level 100 or as close as you can with some decent gear and someone who's effective at farming. Now, Spidey, for example, is great at dodging and can avoid most damage incoming if you build him that spec, and making him an incredible farmer, especially if you build him AoE spec with some damage skills, right? So as you can see here, I'm in Sakara right now, and I'm currently farming. I've been doing this for the last 24 hours. So my recommendation to you guys is get a character up there that you're comfortable with, that can sustain damage, and you don't have to worry about eating up your pots. Put them in there for 24 hours, keep your device on, and let them farm. Now, the key thing here, guys, is you want to make sure your inventory is available to you. So apply your storage, start creating costumes, use things that will clear up your storage space. I think for me personally, within 1 hour, I can get 100 different items, specifically badges. And that's what you want to do. You want to collect badges, and you want to collect the material for the actual crafting. Now, the thing to notice is when you want to craft a set, depending what set you're looking to craft, that's where you're going to farm for the material. And what I mean by that, if I go to my inventory right here, and if I go to my actual items, right now in Sakara, I'm actually looking for specifically the Teo Sand, which helps me craft Sakara costumes. Okay, so if you're going to be doing things like, let's say, the Hydra Empire costumes, or if you want to do, things like the Xander Earth costumes, you want to make sure you go to the main map right over here, and you go to that place and actually do the farming. So depending on the set you're looking for, guys, you'll have to make sure you go to the proper world to do so. Now, for effective farming, for badges, you want to go to the lowest world possible and farm there. Now, for me personally, that's not a problem because obviously I'm at the higher level of power, so I can farm pretty much effectively anywhere. But people who are free to play, you want to put yourself in a place that you can farm quickly, and set it on auto, and you won't even lose that much health. Your goal, guys, essentially is to farm as much badges as you possibly can to convert them into material that you can craft with. Now, if I click here real fast, you can notice here I've got 52 badges. As you can see here, this has been about, let's say, 20 minutes of farming so far, right? What you want to do is you want to make sure you dismantle, you go select grade 1 and 2, hell, sometimes even 3 if you're looking for that, and then go ahead and do this. And what that does for you is it converts it to unstable converging particles, and you get yourself some gold at the same time, making it a very effective way to get resources. Now, as you can see here, I'm sitting at 3 million gold. I kid you not, you can farm 1 million gold over 12-hour span by just doing this. Mobs do drop gold. It's really small amounts, but it's enough accumulated gold that it will help you with your crafting abilities, all right? So that is the first thing you want to do, guys, is have an effective character that can auto farm for you on these worlds. Set them up for auto farming overnight. If your device can't handle it, then think of another way of doing so. This will progress your state of crafting a lot quicker. This is actually probably the easiest part of the crafting process, though, so keep that in mind. So auto farming, guys, remember two main things. Number one, getting material, and that material is going to be dropped based on what set you want to do. And to get that material, you have to go to the proper world that set is associated to. All right, I will say this now, Shadowlands is not available currently in game, so you can only get that set through gacha, but it is available in the game, as in, like, you can't go to it, but you can fight in it. So I fought dinosaurs in one of my levels in that actual world. So it will probably come out for maybe when Global comes out in a couple months. Who knows? Maybe even sooner than that. But that should eventually be available to us. So that's one of those things you'll have to kind of wait on. But everything else is available from a set perspective. Okay, so that is key. Set up your farming, guys, get your characters ready, and jump in there and start farming as much as you possibly can. All right, let's jump into the second part and talk about the different ways to collect costume boxes and also sin particles. All right, let's get into that part of the video. All right, ladies and gents, part two of the crafting video. Now, this is the most difficult part and probably the most frustrating part. Now, as you can see there, I've got these things called sin particles in my inventory, and I've got quite a few of them because obviously I whaled, but a lot of these I actually did collect over the few weeks. Now, if you do the special operations, and you should be doing these daily, they have a chance to drop 8 to 12 of these sin particles, which allows you to craft up to what is it, 6 pieces, I think? Sorry, 4 pieces. So you can do 4 pieces a day of this crafting. Now I got really lucky. I've got a few of these that dropped for me at 3 stars. The problem is the low drop rate is insane, right? So when you're collecting these are easy. You're going to collect them through farming. So first thing you want to do is you want to go to this workshop here, and you want to use your 1014 that I collected just in the last little hour, or sorry, throughout the day, and you want to convert these over to the medium-sized ones, which is the stable convergium. Now I'll do this real quick, and then you want to take those guys and you want to make sure you give yourself some of the crystallized ones. Now I'm going to do 11 of these for now just to get 55 of those used, and then we'll go back and do this again. There we go. Now the part that's going to be rough, guys, realistically is going to definitely be getting those sin particles. So you can do, so I'm going to go back to special operations here and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. If you go to operations, here it is, special operations. It has a chance here to drop 8 to 12 sin particles, which you can use for crafting. Now, again, this can only be done once a day, so you're not going to have the best chance of crafting these sets quickly. But the way you counteract that is you level up alts and you collect costume boxes. Now, these costume boxes, guys, are what's going to give you a chance to get a 1, 2, or 3 level star costume, and you can use those to craft either 2, 3, or 4 star outfits, right? Now, this is a lengthy process, guys. The game's only been out for 2 weeks now, so we're not expected to get all of these crazy sets right away. Especially as a free-to-play player, you're going to be focusing on crafting quite a bit, so you want to do any possible way to collect these. Probably the best way, to be honest with you, is if you can join the dark zone and collect the costume box rewards there weekly. That will give you the best chance of upgrading to a better costume outfit. But for crafting purposes, this is the only way currently outside of paying to get the sin particles. All right. So what you want to do, guys, essentially is all of those items that you've been collecting. You want to go to your Spider-Man costume and find the one you want to do. So I'm collecting the Teo Sands, and I want to do the Sakar costume. Right. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 5 for now. And remember, the chance of actually getting a Sakura costume is extremely low, guys. I'm talking about, like, I don't even know, the percentage is super low. I've done hundreds and I've only got, like, I got lucky. I got the chest, hands, feet, and I'm missing that. No, sorry, I got the helmet, feet, and I got the hands, but I'm missing the chest piece. So right now I'm currently crafting just to see as much as I can do. So see, I got 7 right there, and it requires 21 sin particles. If you were to do the daily amount, you could do exactly 4, right? So 4 of them will maximize out there, and you can see what we get. So let's just take a chance. I'll do what a free-to-play would normally do. Let's do 4 of these. Now, they go into progress. You can spend gold if you want. I mean, by the time you farm as much as you do, instead of waiting the 8 hours, you can go ahead and spend the 72K. So we'll go ahead and do that and see what we get out of it. And there you go. So nothing there. I got these 1 stars. Now, that's okay. So it takes 5 1 stars, sorry, 6 1 stars to collect yourself a 2 star, right? So the next day when you collect more of these, or if you've done your costume boxes, you opened up a couple 1 stars, you can put them together, create a 2 star, and then you move on and you continue doing this. So that's kind of the process on it. So the most effective way, guys, to do this, do your special operations, level up your characters, get as many costume boxes as you can, open those costume boxes up, and create outfits through that. And that's the only current way to do it. Unfortunately, there is no magic trick to this. Unless you're willing to spend some money, you can actually go ahead and do so and collect yourself some sin particles through being a dolphin or a whale, or even someone who casually spends the pay to win. But for a free to play, you're gonna have to be patient. There's going to be 8 to 12 of these for you every single special operations. Plus, collect those daily costume boxes, which you can through like Most Wanted, through Dark Zones. Getting boxes through other means. Right now, there's an event going on that drops it. So that's the only way to currently do it. There is no other way. And like I said, the drop rate is really low. And I'll show you guys how low the drop rate really is, right? If I go to workshop, let's just say I decide I want to do, I don't know. Let's just say I do all of these. Let's do 9, okay? So 9 in total. I'm going to create these here. But I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to go ahead and create all for 162K. Let's see if I even get a Sakura drop. This is now a very small sample size, by the way. I've done hundreds of these. And it took me sometimes about 200 of these crafts to even get 1 piece. So the drop rate is really low. And I'm really hoping that the devs do something about that, okay? So here you go. You can kind of see what items can be acquired. If you click up there, you're specifically looking for these bad boys, the Sakura gauntlets, right? And if they don't drop, you're back at it again, or the boots, or whatever the case may be, right? That's what you're kind of looking for. So let's just see what happens here. Open them up, and we've got none. And all 1 star, right? So you take those 1 stars now, like I mentioned to you before. I'm going to close this down. Sorry, guys, who are inviting. I want to go ahead and actually hit the, go back here. Go back to the workshop one more time. The workshop here. Go. I got to create some more of these first. I don't have any left. I think that's all it's going to take for enhancing costumes. I'm going to take those 1 stars, put them into 2. And then I'm going to hold on to those until I go back to my farming, collect more of those tokens, and then come back for more, right? So if I go to enhance costume, for the sake of it, I'll enhance this one. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be careful here what you enhance, right? Because sometimes you might be looking for a chest. Not all the regional sets are required. You can actually get some of these sets here and use them as well too. Actually, I'm going to split these up a little bit here and use them as well, because some of these non-regional sets are actually still pretty good for stats. So don't only rely on those. You can also get yourself some of these starter sets, for example, until the time comes where you can actually collect your other ones. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and do one of these chest pieces. Actually, you know what? I like this chest piece. Let's do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Combine. And there you go. That's my second 2-star set. And that is essentially the repeat and rinse process, guys. So you're going to need quite a few to get a 3-star. Now, when you hit the 3-star level, you're actually going to be doing okay. Like the 3-star gear isn't that bad because it gives you 2 bonus stats and you can start using them a little more effectively through farming and stuff. But again, this is going to take a couple of weeks, guys. So keep that in mind. So definitely level up your alt to get that gold, put in some time into auto farming and collect those sim particles from operations and get those costume boxes. It's really important because a costume box has a decent chance to give you 2 stars, a really low chance to give you 3 stars. But if you get that 3 stars, you're ahead of the game to create at least 4-star stuff, right? So this is kind of the Savage 9 one. I'm trying to complete those, but that's through gacha only. But yeah, unless you're a dolphin and you're a whale, there's really no other effective way to do it. You gotta just have to be patient. 2 weeks in, guys. I'm hoping they somehow give us other ways through events to get these sin particles, because that's really what's stopping most people. Once you start getting those sin particles, the rest kind of falls into place, right? The auto farming is easy, getting the materials easy, just those sin particles kind of stump us there. And also I hope they up the craft rate for drops on actual gear for set pieces, specifically when you're crafting, because right now it's extremely low. All right, guys, I hope this video helped. At least it's a beginner's guide to crafting and how to craft, but there is no tips and tricks currently in terms of the best way to do it. You just got to grind, get those costume boxes, have a little bit of RNG on your side. And this is a gacha, right? At the end of the day, RNG plays a big factor. Your luck is going to determine how much you advance. Some people who are free to play are pretty far ahead because they got the RNG. Some people are not far ahead at all because RNG just wasn't their friend. And that, unfortunately, is the name of the game, guys. Luck plays such a major part in this. And without that, it's just not going too far. All right, guys, I hope this guide helped you. This is Payne. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk soon.